Our children, hello parents, hello grandparents, and my friends, my teachers, my colleagues. I have something very interesting and exciting to share with you, which I have been doing some studies. And this is called the philosophy and science of mind and consciousness. Mind, brain, consciousness. You know, there is a famous institution in New York University. They have been studying, which have been actually studied thousands of years ago in Upanishads of India. I want to share with you, we are very unconscious of our consciousness. You are seeing me, you can hear me. How? You will say, my eyes, my ears. That's what we all think. It's not so. It appears to be so. You are sitting with your eyes perfect, ear perfect, mind perfect, but you're unconscious. Can you see me, hear me? If I am in coma, the world vanishes for me. There is no world. And worse is, if my consciousness is zero, that means I'm dead. Body is there. Robbin Ghosh's body is there. But now you will call it dead body and not Robbin Ghosh. Why? Because consciousness is not there. Even Thompson, a very powerful neuroscientist, he has written a book called Awake, Being and Dreaming, in which he goes ahead and tells that this study of consciousness is so important, so essential. But we are totally unconscious of our consciousness. We just use it just like that. He's going ahead and saying, it has been studied in the Upanishad for thousands of years, and last 30, 40 years only in the Western world, study of consciousness has began. He says it is so important that instead of making our years as AD and BC, you all know about that, before Christ and AD. Like this is 2100 AD, 2021, right? AD. He says we should not make the time of our life with AD and BC. We should say before Upanishad and after Upanishads. Isn't it fantastic? And you and I know nothing about it. I've been doing a lot of research on this, and I find that if you and I can learn how to utilize consciousness, then you know what? Nothing is impossible for you. After all, this whole universe is only consciousness. Everything around you which has got life has consciousness. And you would be amazed to hear which doesn't have life also have consciousness. This table has consciousness. This computer has consciousness. But it cannot express it. How? It appears to us inert. How? A very simple example. Sunlight falls on the earth in the daylight. Earth gets warm, stones get warm. I put a bucket of water, or early morning a dewdrop. Otherwise it vanishes little later, isn't it, with the sun? Now that bucket of water, the dewdrop, will get warm, but sunlight also will show an image of sun in the bucket of the water, in that tiny dewdrop. But not on the stone, not on this table. It will get warm, stone will get warm, but the sun cannot be seen. That sun cannot be seen is the consciousness. The other part of it is the light which is showing is possible. Now, something very interesting to know, that Ned Block, who is the chief neuroscientist of NYU, New York University, he goes ahead and asks you, supposing I give you $1 billion, that's about 7,800 crores of rupees. But I will take away your consciousness. Will you accept it? He goes ahead and says, of course, nobody will. Because without the consciousness, you are nothing. You cannot do anything. You are in Sanskrit called jada, inert. My views, my life, myself, my perspective, my experiences. Everything is with that consciousness. I cannot learn anything. I cannot hear, touch, do, use my senses. Nothing without that consciousness. Something very interesting. This whole universe is with consciousness. Does it mean your consciousness, my consciousness are different? No, that's the beauty. All of our consciousness is only one. How? All of our mind is different. Intelligence is different. Brain is different. All of our name, body, forms are different. But consciousness is one. How? It's very simple to understand. Imagine an ocean. Billions of waves, thousands of waves. Waves, ocean, do not have water in it. You say, what do you mean? Of course it has water in it. No. It is the water has chosen to represent itself as the wave, as the ocean. Water can choose to be just vapor. Water may not be in the glass, maybe in the rain, maybe in the lake, maybe in the river. Water has chosen to be wave, ocean, lake, whatever you think of it. Just like that, the consciousness as per Upanishad has chosen to be this universe, to be this earth, as per Advaita Vedanta, as per Shankaracharya. And this is why I give you all that little beautiful, powerful message. How to use your consciousness. Remember that 56 out of 56 for Embark 5, 45 out of 45 in DP2. What is that? Programming your consciousness. Learn how to utilize this consciousness. Come, let's study it a little bit. Consciously. Not very difficult. Just being aware. Through a little bit of mindful meditation. Being truthful. Truthful, being kind, be having a good character. And you know what? Nothing is impossible in this universe. There's a beautiful statement. Affluence. Affluence meaning no shortage. Unboundedness meaning no shortage. Abundance meaning no shortage is only your inner core, your consciousness. Become aware of it and you will see, surprisingly, whatever thoughts come to your mind, whatever you think of doing it, from somewhere, that tremendous force will come and make it happen. You will be working, of course. You will not be lying down in bed and say, let it happen like that. You will have to surely work, but the support will come. After all, the same consciousness has created this universe, the planets, the billions, the galaxies, the stars, the rainforest, the ocean, the Mount Everest, the animals, the dogs and the dolphins, men, women, you and me. Same consciousness as per Vedanta. It's called Sat Chit Ananda. Don't get confused with it. Understand it in the Western mind and in a Western way. You know, today, Harvard School of Divinity is studying this consciousness. David Shamers is the head of the NYU, New York University, is studying this, called Heart Problem of Consciousness. You can Google it. It's fantastic. Come, let's take it up. Start to become aware of your awareness, which is called consciousness. Consciousness is being aware. Come, I love you. Looking forward.